engineer. I've been in software engineering for quite some time, and I mainly work out of the AI machine learning space now, um, in what you would consider anomaly detection, which is just a fancy way of saying we crunch numbers and find patterns in data to find and forecast out certain values. But I got my start out in robotics process automation and got into predictive analytics into AI machine learning, and really have been spending a lot of time in the crypto space well before the NFT explosion, and have been doing some mild investments and in crypto. I wouldn't say that I'm a whale of any sorts in any one particular token, nor am I a maxi in any case, because if you're a maxi in anything, then you kind of miss the bigger picture, and opportunities to capitalize. But that's me. I also dabbled and taught myself Solidity as the time went by to capitalize on building the pipelines for certain projects to occur, rather than focus too much on trying to trade and flip certain assets, because it wasn't the gold miners who got the the most money during the gold surge. It was the suppliers who laid the foundations to the train tracks and made the pitchforks. But that's just a quick introduction to myself. Allow my business partner Reggie to give a little bit of background on him as well.
Hey guys, nice to meet you again. My name is Reggie Alexander. Um, I started day trading approximately 10 years ago, after I dropped out of college, to be honest, because I thought that day trading would be a better fit. And the first 4 or 5 years was very difficult, but the rest was very rewarding. So I learned a lot about patience. I'm a father of a 2-year-old daughter that I love, family guy, and got into the crypto space around 2016 and predominantly invest in like altcoins and Ethereum. Never dabbled too much into the NFT space, to be completely honest. But then I saw how the NFT business was shifting and people were actually providing like real utility. And I wanted to get involved in that and teach people how to day trade. And instead of taking a traditional form of payment, I thought it would be cool to do it through an NFT or Ethereum. So that's what we did. Well, I got into the NFT space to teach people and educate people, and it's been successful. I run a project here with Chris, and we've been taking people from all walks of life and teaching them how to day trade. And he's a genius machine learner, and he automated a system that I have, and it's just been great. I'm also a real estate investor. I like to buy houses and flip them and renovate them and take an ugly house and make it look pretty. It's a big passion of mine, and so I'm into real estate, crypto, and day trading, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for having me here.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us. And I apologize about I think the last time that
Yeah,
um,
no worries. A long
yeah,
time ago in this space, we forgot about that. No worries.
no, I looked down at my clock, and I got you get that tunnel vision whenever you start trying to work on a programming
Yeah,
problem, and you just
especially in
just
coding, you just
oh
focus
my
on your
gosh.
screen.
Yeah, I guess I took too much Adderall in the morning. No, I'm kidding. But anyway,
You know.
so yeah, so about the pirates, we we are the project that we started. We didn't really have a grand name in the beginning, and I think one of the things that came out was pirates. I was really like, what about pirates? I haven't seen too much of that within the NFT space, and I think there's a lot of saturation within a few themes. But I really wanted to do something different within NFTs that I hadn't seen done before, and maybe it was just tunnel vision, but I was trying to craft certain types of games that were not a metaverse game that's done, not any actual three-dimensional game, because I think that's also done, but some other form of a game where it was more of a treasure hunt that was built into certain unlockable content. And that was originally the foundation piece that I was just dead set on. And although that's not where we're at today, that is something that I'll absolutely resurrect. But what we started diving into is what can we deliver that provides immediate utility upon when someone purchases the NFT, that is not the stake your token here and get more token and come in here and use that token to then get some more token of this token and then feed this other NFT to generate more tokens. But what can you do to increase someone's knowledge within either the space of Web3, day trading, automation, and mold that into a kind of an incubator for people to take charge of their own financial freedom, take
Mm-hmm.
charge of themselves, and stop allowing people to force feed and spoon feed them the way that this is the way that it's always been done. And trying to mold the minds of the people coming into Telegram saying "Win Moon, sir," and all of your Win Lambo and all of that good stuff. But it's trying to give an awakening to a group of people, and it wasn't trying to explode and create 20,000, 100,000 people just diving in and going ape into it, because we wanted to have that more tailored approach to as founders foster that knowledge, build it, and then grow from there and build from within. And that's kind of what we've been doing over the last several months, is providing that value immediately before we even minted anything. Reggie and I built the Pirates of the Cryptobean and focused on the value of adding and giving back to others our time, our knowledge, our experience within the space, and also the skill sets that we've acquired. I feel like I'm like Liam Neeson. I have I have a specific set of skills,
Skills,
but
yeah.
but the skill set helped us deliver and influence through others, and at the same time, while we're influencing and helping people build up their knowledge of day trading and leverage trading, which seemed to be like, that's impossible, we can't do that, you're going to get wrecked, and most people do that try it because they haven't been properly, we would say, coached. They haven't been instructed on the ways of leverage trading. So it's really daunting. So Reggie has provided countless training sessions, provide signals directly to people who want to take the signals and follow his trades. And what I do on the technical side is analyzing those trade patterns and coming up with what are the next items that we're looking for within a large liquidity pool that has countless years of data to support where the overall trends are. So the forecasting validation of those forecastings can be provided, and then we give better direction for getting in trades and out of trades with the most profitable points. So it's providing financial advice, kinda. It's, you can copy us if you want to, or you don't have to, but that's the approach that we took, and beyond that, we said, what else? What are other quick and easy ways that we can influence or help people understand the value that we provide? Is build some applications, that nobody else has built and provided to an NFT community before. Not just your average DApp that says, this, that, and the other, but what are some things that people can adopt right away and start implementing for themselves, own it, use it, and make money in the process. And one of the highlights that I think has been a pretty big success amongst the community is a proprietary bot that trades on a leverage platform, to capitalize on a manual trading technique that we've used manually for some time to build up accounts, and said, you know what, let's automate it. Let's just do it. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Yep.
And lo and behold, after countless months of back testing, forward testing, live testing, we've come up with some really successful trading techniques that we automated and put to good use. And it's amazing what you can do when what you see and the feedback that you get whenever you empower somebody to say, oh my gosh, this thing actually makes money, or oh my gosh, I can quit my job because that I'm making more money doing day trading
Right.
than I am.
Yeah,
going forward.
my favorite part of the whole thing is seeing people post their screenshots of trades that they've either gotten from the bot or from me, and I handhold them. I tell them when I'm exiting the trade, when I'm getting out. It's not just a signal saying here, take profit here. I tell them I'm in. This is when I'm leaving, and there's not one trade that I've ever posted that I didn't tell them when I was getting out. And the most rewarding part is seeing their screenshots of their trades, their profits, anywhere from $100 here or 5,000. Everyone has different size
Yep.
accounts, so but I just love seeing the profits that they're making, and we were doing that before we even minted. So we were giving out free signals for months, trying to build our reputation to show that we were here to stay. And yeah, I think we just minted barely a week ago, and we've been doing it for a few months on the Discord. So it's just been a great journey, and I just love seeing people winning.
I've
Can you all hear me?
created a thread for you guys. I'm gonna ping you, Crypto Chris and Deaf Boys, DeFi. So maybe you can share
DeFi.
Sorry, so yeah,
It's all good.
my French accent.
Oh, comment ça va? Comment vas-tu? Ça va bien?
Je vais bien, toi.
Okay.
So I've pinged you in the thread where you can post like all the links you want, like your
Okay,
Discord,
thanks.
the Twitter, and everything. Feel free. This is yours.
Absolutely. And
Is
hey,
this like an open forum, or is this should I type questions into the thread?
No. So here's I think it's more like an open discussion. Like they're gonna present the bot. I think Crypto is gonna like screen share, but feel free to ask question directly.
yeah, go ahead. AMA, ask me anything.
So how much did y'all mint for?
It was 0.1 ETH.
0.1 ETH, and that's a lifetime pass.
Yes, this is the Genesis Gold Pass that grants them lifetime membership into the Pirates of the Cryptobean. They get access to the trading bot as long as they're a token pass holder. And
Really?
all
And
of the
also,
rest of the immediate utilities that we deployed, it wasn't just the trading bot. I haven't even gotten to all the good stuff yet.
so I'm familiar with day trading and stuff like that. What's your return rate on the trading? Is there different risk settings that you can do, and like how close to the threshold are y'all getting with it?
So I can demo the bot for you and show you
Oh yeah, let's go for it.
one
I'll be quiet.
strategy.
I apologize.
That's okay. And this is one of the more recent ones that we're using, and it's pretty impactful. But the risk tolerance, whenever you see the overall graph.
Yeah, there's two aspects. There's a bot, and then there's me providing education on trading, teaching people how to do it on their own, and my signals. So I try to teach people how to trade, and whenever I'm taking a trade, I post it in the Telegram group. The reason I do Telegram is because Discord, in my opinion, sucks with alerts. We had to migrate the signals to Telegram.
Okay.
Somebody post a link to the OpenSea and the Discord. I apologize.
It's okay. So with I'll certainly get that out to you. But with the bot itself for this particular strategy, we're talking shorts and longs. The 71 to 60% success rate, 124 trades within the month of November going to the end of November, and with that, the initial deposit of 10,000, the total net profit $57,947. That is
That's
with
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
yeah, and I just want to show the power of compounding because that's where it really takes off. So we have the initial of 10,000, and so we're going to take $67,947, and we're going to compound it here very easily by throwing in that additional amount, and we're going to raise it. So here, I'm going to adjust the amount there. We're going to raise it and adjust our overall lot size to account for that increase in our profit. So that's going to change it to a 6.79. And then we're going to really see some magic happen. So we're going to switch this and go into the month of December.
And I really appreciate that there is at least another day trader here that knows. I don't know if you're familiar with MetaTrader, but you know that the results can't be manipulated or anything like that. So back testing on MetaTrader is what it is. So
I don't use MetaTrader. I use
Thinkorswim.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Same
MetaTraders are
platform, but at the end of
reputable.
the day-
Yeah. So we deal with a lot of noobs. So they're like, oh, how do I know this is this best? So I always want to stress that.
So in just 1 month, it's basically about a 5x, close to 6x. And then with compounding for reinvestment, just keeping that constant level for an entire month, we went from $67,947 to $482,330. So when we continue to compound, the numbers really change quite significantly.
Mm-hmm.
So if we add that,
And how often do you adjust the bot?
the bot itself doesn't necessarily need to be adjusted for the manual strategy that we're providing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the presets that drive how the bot reacts to the market conditions, if that makes sense. So based on, so yeah, it's not necessarily the bot that has to be changed, because the bot is nothing more than just series of if-then statements based off of calculations that absorb presets, or you would say parameters, that dictate what the bot does in those conditions.
Right.
The presets themselves, since basically all it is hyperparameterization, which is just a way to augment a model and throw every single possible combination of market conditions. And with what I do in terms of model smoothing and model adjusting, it is filling in those gaps of where we see negative results within some valleys, and how to bridge that up or prop it up by saying, you know what, over all of these conditions, all of these momentum indicators, everything along those lines, how can we bridge that gap and adjust those parameters on a go forward strategy, keeping past performance under understanding. Then it's adjusting those parameters on a regular basis for the team, for myself, because I'm going to be 100% honest. I made this for me.
Mm.
I did. I'm a selfish developer, and I made it for me. But if it works for me, and it works for Reggie,
others.
It can work for others. And why hold it in a box by myself and not allow it to be used? Because then everything that I put into it, all of the, I would say almost 8 months of work in terms of machine learning algorithms to find what's the best combination, what's the perfect model. And that model then, okay, I've got the recipe for it of finding that model, and then how to keep progressing it and keep it getting better over time. Because as you all know, probably market conditions change on a turn of a dime, especially in crypto.
Yep.
But the assets that we're trading right now is the NAS 100, the New York Stock Exchange top 100 tech companies, and it moves like clockwork. It's like counting cards at the casino.
Oh yeah. And what's the difference between why are you doing the NAS 100 versus S&P 500 or something like that?
Because of the point variations.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the point spreads, basically the movement between each day and the values and how they move, and the correlations between FUD and FOMO news articles that come out. It really dictates how that moves up and down.
I wouldn't say that we couldn't do S&P 500, to be 100% honest with you. I think we just specialize in the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, which is the US 30.
Right.
I wouldn't be opposed to testing a model on the S&P 500, still in indices. I really just go for liquidity. Like, I'm not going to make a bot for like a altcoin. I'm going to make a bot for something with, Nasdaq has 21 trillion in liquidity trading every day. So the main
Oh,
reason
I
why
hear you.
the main reason,
Curious because like
yeah, that was a good question. I'm just saying the
yeah.
main reason why we even go to indices in the first place is because of the liquidity. But good question.
I was just curious because you what's the minimum the bot can take? Minimum lot size.
The minimum lot size, depending on the broker. So there's a few different brokers that have different contract size related to NAS 100 and US 30. I would say the minimum lot size is going to be a zero point zero 0.01. That's going to be standard across most of the platforms on MetaTrader. But they do have micro lot capabilities with different assets like NAS 100, where it's mini, where it turns from maybe 100 contract size to 10 to 1, so that you can
Mm-hmm.
scale it down if necessary.
Okay.
And then month 3, compounding and continuing to compound, we see things really kick up a couple notches, so to speak, with a profit factor of 2.24. We're at 4.8 mil. The key performance indicator right here that I really look at is what was the maximum drawdown that I'm risking at any given time of my money to acquire more money. And 10%, you can probably go to any hedge firm and ask the question of what's an acceptable amount of risk, and they're going to tell you anywhere from 15 to 20% in terms to gain of 2.24 factor. And that's how you win life.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
But no, this is the bot. I can continue to go and show you where the scores really change as we get into the month of February, March, and April. But open to any other questions related to the bot.
What's not related to the bot? What's the difference between your crypto college and Pirates of the Cryptobean? Couldn't figure that out.
No, that's okay. The Crypto College is a group that I really tried to help a group of people who are in I would say the highway and byways of those back alley Telegram chats, to try to bring them together,
Mm-hmm.
and provide a little bit of insight into what crypto is and what it's going to be used for in the future. Me, I'm on usually on the cutting edge of technology, always trying to push the boundaries of what I know and what I see coming. And instead of focusing on the next Binance Smart Chain, um, pump and dump, and any other of those low market cap coins, where people were just losing money. I try to bring that group together and kind of build something. As people progress through life, they kind of go separate ways. I still have a love for the people that are in that group, but it's not exactly the most active in today, since I took more of an approach to build out the Pirates of the Cryptobean.
Mm. Pirates of the Cryptobean is that's your realistically only what's it called? That's your main NFT.
Yes. Mhm.
Are you gonna expand on it? I just feel like you're providing a way more value. Like when we look at what other day trading guys do, they do like 3 grand for calls and education, and not bots, like 5 grand for everything along. But even at why 0.1 from
Point
your
one,
price? Yeah.
to make it affordable for everybody
I can
else that
answer
doesn't
that.
want to. No, go ahead.
Yeah, because we were already, to be honest with you, I'm making way more money day trading than this mint. and I just wanted to have a community of like everyday people that I can just enjoy trading with. I know that sounds cliche, but I was tired of just trading alone. I mean, like making money off the mint is cool and everything, but the community is just awesome, and I just like everyday people. Like if I made it super expensive, it would be harder for people to get in. So I feel like if you can afford 3,000, you can afford 0.1, but all the people that can afford 0.1 won't be in my group, and I don't know. I just like to have that mix of people.
Are y'all still actively minting?
Yes.
Yeah. We got like 30% of the supply sold, more or less, out of 1,000. So I think we sold around 300 or so out of 1,000.
You need to have whitelist to mint. I'm already on your website trying to hop in this and check it out.
No. Yeah, it's public mint right now.
I've shared the Discord in the thread, guys, if you want. I also posted no mic.
And when you go on mint, it says coming soon.
That's okay. If you go into the Discord
Yeah.
and go to the official links,
Yep. Main website. Or do you mint right off the
the
minting
pass,
site?
yeah, there's the minting site. We kept it separate from the main website for during our whitelist, which technically our whitelist closed on Monday, and the push to put it onto the main website wanted to hold it as we scaled, and didn't open it up to the main website. As we scale and as we move forward with the group that we have, I'll tell you, we really haven't done what you would say like a normal marketing campaign where we go into every single
Yeah, I
showing
was gonna
spot.
say.
Like we're looking for a different class of people. We're looking for a different caliber of people to partner with, to work together with, to complement each other. Because I think when you enter into this space, the FOMO of win mint, win flip, and all of that stuff, and people can do that for sure. Hold, and I think that the value that's expressed within the services that we provide is there, well above of what the mint price is, and I think that some people are going to take advantage of that and say, hey, I've got 4 or 5 passes, and they'll turn around and sell it at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of what we're trying to do is attract those who, you know what, I just want to learn. I just want to grow. I want to be able to position myself in this space, whether it's within crypto, whether it's Web3, whether it's in day trading, so that we have that same caliber of person who wants to learn and grow with people who have made it successfully within business, made it successfully within programming, day trading, whatever it may be. It's just building something with other people who have like passions as you. It's hard to find, and if you have 100,000 people trying to get in at the same time, it's hard to cultivate those relationships and grow as a slow, methodical organization to recruit good people, good talent, and move with the same kind of values that you have.
And did you all reach out to the syndicate, or did we reach out to you? So
Bandar
we're
made the
small.
connection. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bandar Bat. I think he's
Bat?
part of. Yeah, his name is Bat. He's
Yeah, I'm
Bet,
here. I'm here.
bet 400 for our.
Just to let you guys know, I've been working with Chris to sort of refine the bot, and on my dummy account of like $10,000, I already made up the mint price in one day. So that's the kind of value you're looking at.
What's 0.1 sitting at right now? Like $300, $400?
Yeah, well then I made more than that. It was like $500.
That's fantastic. Off of 10,000?
Off of a 10K demo.
A lot of interest.
So that's 5%. Yep.
Yeah.
In one day. Yeah.
And then we compound. That's when it gets magical, my friend.
Exactly.
I mean, a little
do
bit
you have
about
any?
me, man. I had a $3,000 account like 3 years ago. It's up to 300K, and I didn't compound the whole way. I had to withdraw. I had things I had to pay for and houses that I was looking to buy. Uh, but yeah, so
Just so I
yeah,
get this right, you're basically giving us a money printer, and all we have to do is deposit money and have the bot running.
What authority do you have over our funds? Is it we connect our brokerage account to your bot kind of
great
deal,
question. No
or
authority at all. It's your broker. We just tell you the brokers that we use, and you have the liberty to choose it. You can choose your own broker, but just make sure they're compatible with indices, and we'd have to configure the lot size accordingly. So essentially, no authority.
Yeah. So
and
what happens is I think that's where we take it and say none of us have control of your bot. We hand over the files that are the EX4 file, which is MetaTrader expert advisor. We hand over the set file, which says here's how the bot operates. Here's what the bot needs to do. You load it via the same platform that you see on my screen, and drag and drop it into the chart window. Load your presets, hit OK, and you're trading, or at least the bot is.
This is interesting because I'm not doing any kind of like a crypto trade like this. If you're telling me I'm gonna learn something, yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, and the best part is technically this isn't crypto, but the brokerage that
Yeah.
we use, there's two of them that we have gone through and vetted out ourselves because we've used it ourselves, is Vital Markets and Hanko Trade, which are our two. They're international. So one is based out of London. The other one is, I believe it's also based out of London. I'll double check the other one, but the brokerage accounts you can fund directly with crypto, and you can get paid out directly in crypto. Now, this is not financial advice. It's not tax advice, but you get paid out directly in crypto. It is not KYC, meaning that you do not need to provide documentation
Yeah.
to prove who you are. Okay. But if you do request to be paid directly to your bank account and wire transferred, then yes, you do have to submit the proper KYC AML documentation.
Yeah, true.
The information is also not reported directly to the IRS, so it's on you. You are the fiduciary. You are the one who's responsible for reporting anything that you receive directly from these brokers.
Yeah, but I'm from Europe, so IRS, I don't have those problems right now.
Yeah, I choose USDC as my main avenue for funding on Henko. But I mean, you can do Bitcoin, Litecoin, XLM, Ethereum. I mean, there's a huge list on the website. I believe Vital is just Bitcoin, but I'm not sure. I think they updated it. I have to double check. But yeah, so it doesn't matter what wallet you send it to, or send or receive on both ends. Obviously, I think we're all experienced in sending crypto here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's the bot. Any other questions? Oh, the bot's name. We actually settled on a name this week. Since we're a pirate crew. We thought that every you said Johnny.
Yeah, for Johnny Depp and what he's going through right now.
Right. So
oh my god,
with every pirate needs a parrot, and we thought Paulie. So Paul EA, because
Okay,
you
yeah.
know the EA is explicit with
Mhm.
implicit with expert advisor, since the program's an expert advisor. Anyway, all that nerd stuff. But so the bot's name is Paulie.
this is
And
the bot leverage. I assume even if like say somebody put in, you're saying 0.01 as lot size, so somebody can put in a single pound, and that's gonna be like be $1.25. You know what I mean? So that point, or I guess that's a micro. At that point, you're not just trading 5% over a single day. That's going to be more like options, right?
Right.
Oh, essentially, you're doing the majority of the trades are going to be options based off the Nasdaq 100.
Correct. CFDs, indices. I think you would consider it as like spot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fascinating. I'll check y'all out and post a report here for
Syndicate for our
group.
agent. Let's go.
And yeah, I bought 2 passes. If I'm gonna say here and now, if we who's our friend that had his everything stolen from him? Do you remember that being posted in the boardroom?
It's been posted,
Wallet.
yeah, but we can check that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him a pass if this works out. As for free as a.
Guy he had everything stolen from him.
Yeah, he had access to his wallet. Fortunately.
So was it that he clicked on something a little malicious and it
Yeah, somewhere somehow. Dude, it's getting very in depth to the point there was a scam going around before Discord fixed it. You can send an image that's not loading, and then if you click on the image on Discord to load it up, they will have access to your wallet.
Yeah, it's because they put in a bash they put in a bash script. The bash script goes into the link and the bash script runs, and if you've got MetaMask wallet directly connected to your browser, it extracts your private key without having to go through your password to access it, and then exposes it and then sends it out via API.
Seriously in-depth shit. Could you imagine if these hackers like spent all their time actually trying to like build something, stealing
Right?
money?
That's my whole thing. I what really got me into crypto of figuring out like how can I educate, which is part of what I was doing within the crypto college, was when I first got into crypto and was in some Telegram. It's like, hey, go here, look at these moon coins and all of that good stuff. I watched as people got rugged, and I tell you, I say this every place I go, all ruggers will burn. Eventually, there's no way they're going to be able to hide any amount of stuff that they have, and they think that if they get away with non KYC stuff or anything like that, data doesn't lie, and the ground shrinks beneath their feet. And I hope we find every single one of them, round them up, and beat them with some large stick at some point. But I absolutely educate. I educate everybody about the dangers of allowing their wallet and clicking on links, because I know exactly what someone can do with a computer. I think it's one of those curses of being a developer. I know too much about what I can do with my computer to other people. So I know people that are smarter than me in this world can do some crazy stuff very quickly and steal everything you have. They can force a nonce directly into a transaction with the Solidity smart contract, and it just becomes a really quick algebraic expression that allows them to deduce what your private key is through your signature, and then that's it. They've got your wallet, and they drain it. So I absolutely will tell everybody, you be careful where you stick your digital penis, because you might come out with something. But yeah, anyway, so on top of the bot though, I've also been developing a predictive engine that I use to forecast the price of Bitcoin, and it's on. I mean, the direction itself is what I'm looking at for futures trading, and right now it's roughly around 90 to 92% accurate in overall the direction. And I mean, I get pretty close with the price itself. But
wait, Lucas, we can hear your everything basically. Lucas, I don't know if you're there. Like, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I get pretty close with the overall price. It's as I said, I'm not trying to get 100% accurate with the values themselves in price, just enough to forecast out what it is for those quick futures trading that that me and Reggie like to do. So that's another one of the utilities that I provide to the community by giving them access to see some of the. It's one of the proprietary APIs that I'll be sorry.
This is a Northern Line train
Lucas,
terminating
bro.
at Bye-bye.
Ride that train, man. But no, the
Sorry,
program
I
that
disconnected.
that's okay. So the program that I've developed is it's called Rain Man, and I'm sure everybody's seen the movie Rain Man because the guy counts cards and predicts what the next set of cards is going to be. But the algorithm is proprietary. It's something that's intellectual property of myself, which I do have some patents that are out on the design and the overall algorithm itself, which uses pretty much some sophisticated machine learning techniques to come out with and forecast out the values. So I run it at the top of every hour and forecast out what the next hour is going to be. And I've been doing some overall testing and validations on this for quite some time. And I'm eager to get it out into the hands of end users. And it's something that I'm going to be providing as a service to outsiders to put some additional revenue in the project itself and for a roadmap, allowing people to use the API to within the exchange that'll be built for community members to be able to go in and potentially bet on what the price is going to be at the close of the hour, so that they can recover some funds, or everybody puts into it, and they would get to win whoever's closest to the actual value at the close of every hour.
That's sweet.
That's on the future roadmap, though. That's not the immediate utility. Just some of the plans that I've got coming out. But yeah, that's the immediate utility, is being able to access the data from Rain Man. That's one of the other immediate utilities outside of the education, outside of the bot.
I don't know if I disconnected before I could ask this question. I think I have a small Roth IRA somewhere. Does the bot cooperate with alternative type of accounts, or does it only do a traditional?
It's anything that is able to access through MetaTrader, which is the platform. So it operates with that because it's the language that the bot was coded in is MQL4. So if you're able to hook your Roth IRA account up to, say, a MetaTrader server, and it has access to do that, then you would be able to use the bot.
Barry, I just hopped in and I'm so confused. Confused about what, Barry? Can talk if you want.
I'm sorry, where was that a question?
No, it's just like you'll watch the AMA, Barry, but Chris and Reggie doing an AMA about like their tool and the forex trading, and no worries. I'll post the link of the AMA. Everything is recorded as usual. But I guess I don't see any question, guys. If you're have like, okay, you can also directly ask them here. In my hand, I don't have a question because right now this is some technical stuff I don't know yet. So I think
Well, yeah, I know that everybody says that I don't understand this, and man, I didn't understand it either. Not as to the extent that I did once I got in contact with Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a programmer. Love data. I'm a data nerd. I will crunch numbers. I will search for numbers. I will go through anything that is data related to give me the insights that I need to make better decisions. And came in contact with Reggie.
Yeah, I was trading manually just to give you some insight on the bot. And Chris would ask me, like, how does this strategy work? How does that strategy work? And a lot of the strategies that I use, I'm not saying you can't compute it in a bot. It's just not that easily codable. I hope that terminology makes sense, right? But this strategy, marking the high and low from the New York session from the 9:30 to 10:30, and just waiting for a momentum to push through those specific numbers was very easy to code. So that's kind of how the bot came along. So it's very unique. It's basically a manual strategy that I used inside of a bot. And I mean, I have proof on the Discord. If I call a trade and then you see it after, like I'm profitable week after week. So I'm very, very good at what I do. So the bot is a reflection of that, and it's even more enhanced because it's machine learning now, and it does things that I can't do, and it has no emotion. So that's why I love the bot.
Yeah, no emotion in this space is critical.
All right. Y'all have convinced me to do research into y'all. I'm really fascinated that you guys aren't going full cash grabby. A lot of day traders that provide educational tools are going full cash grabby. So to me, this is rather fascinating. It shows a lot of
I cash grab
fidelity.
on my own. NASDAQ gives me money.
It shows fidelity to me. So I'm gonna full send research on y'all for the next 2 days and see what happens.
Love it, man. Fully
Send it.
doxed. Let me know if you live in the States. I'll fly you down to Miami Beach.
Might take you up on that.
Okay.
So tell me if I could ask you guys, tell me a little bit about this group. I think I know just a little bit in passing, but just curious what you guys do.
So we basically have a lore of being Yakuza with the number 893, and where as an organization everyone has like a function, because as you know, just like 2-3% can run a community, and everyone has different set of skills, and we try to make those skills work for the whole group, and we're more like about like educating people, and like you do, not just making a call and say, okay guys, follow that, but trying to make people learn and think why they should, and do that, and they're starting like to think by themselves, and enjoy the space, and we want to like all be successful and also building together, let's say.
I'll take a flight to Miami.
Let's go.
So that you guys have your own developers.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have I think it's at least 8-9 developer now. I don't know. Fantasy, maybe you can give me
I think there are 7 of us.
Yeah, 7 dev.
Cool. I'm always looking for people to collab with and share ideas, share information.
And that's is basically what we're doing here.
Oh yeah. But always love the devs, so we can talk dev talk. So it makes sense.
Adam, so our founders are all from Europe, right?
Nope. We have two.
One person.
Yeah, I had this from the United States, and we have one from Belgium and one from Spain. So yeah, this is a diverse group.
Efi, what are your thoughts on Spanish banks? This is the true test here.
What are my thoughts on Spanish banks? Well, a master of all is a master of none. I kind of know everything about NASDAQ and indices. So I don't know too much about Spanish banks, to be honest, and I'm not too shy to tell you that.
It's like a running European joke, at least in the UK. Don't save your money with Spaniards like
Oh, I was like, oh, is this a trick question?
No,
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Don't save your money at banks. I mean, they profit off of you because they loan your money out 10-1, and they make what 100x off of your money and give you 0.01, maybe to 0.03% APY.
The majority of my money's trapped inside real estate and stablecoin crypto. So kind of avoid the banks. If I put it in the bank, I quickly take it out and try to get another property. So the
Or
bank
you
is
could get
kind of
really fancy and go and do a crypto loan to buy your property, and then go ahead and borrow against the crypto loan. Oh, dude, a friend of mine is so like. Okay, hold on. So
Bullish.
you guys want a fun little
educate
story?
me, man, please.
Sure, go ahead.
All right,
Yeah,
fun story time.
Interested in this.
This freaked me out when I saw it because I was like, "There's a lot of risk," but like, so this is like, this guy is basically all in, and like, if anything goes wrong, it blows up in his face. With that said, if it goes right, it's like you're talking stupid money. So he goes ahead and he'll take something like 500 grand, right? He goes and gets himself, he puts it into an AVAX loan. He puts it into something. He basically borrows against that money. He converts it into USDC, borrows against the stable, runs with it. He then goes ahead and takes there's a handful of these out there that will let you do it. And I'm sure as we go into a little bit of a bear market, it'll probably go down some. But for the last like 8-9 months, he's been able to go and borrow up to 93% against that money, allowing him to then use the loan and then go ahead and borrow against. So he borrows against, buys the house, then uses the original money from the house to then convert back into a stable flip. And essentially he can go and pay for an entire house in about 90 to 120 days, averaging the house somewhere in the neighborhood of about $200,000 to $350,000. He did it on 11 properties.
Yep.
11 properties.
Remember Reggie? Remember Reggie? Remember?
What?
I told you. It's called infinite banking, basically.
He literally because he took his money that was a mortgage.
I got
the house. I don't ask me how to do this. I still am confused, but like I know how it's done. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, but okay, let's be real, right? I can tell you, hey, go invest in Apple in 98, and you're going to be like, sure, right? You know to do it, but do you? That's the big thing. But anyway, he takes the mortgage, he converts it into he takes the money, converts it into a crypto loan buys the house then is able to borrow against the crypto loan is able to pay back off the house in like 90 to 120 days. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how is this possible? Because he takes out, he loses about $30,000 to $40,000 in transaction fees, and he gets a $300,000, $350,000 house. And I'm like, so you literally get to pay for a house in 3 to 4 months, and it costs you 30 to 40 grand.
Mm-hmm. And if he's going and investing, he would probably have to put about that amount down to secure the loan to begin with. But is it a zero?
Flip the house?
No, he's got every single one of them rented.
So is it a 0% interest loan? But I mean the CDR, the collateral to debt ratio, is a bit scary, especially when someone starts to come in and it creeps up on him for the coin that he's using, unless he's doing it at 100% stables. If he's doing it at 100% stables and that's what he's leveraging, then it makes sense because it's a constant stable value. Oh, dude. Which platform is he using? My Finance?
I have no idea. That is the only thing I couldn't get from him, and I'm pretty sure he has a special deal with some platform because he's got money. He's got money. And no, I can't get him to tell. I've asked. We paid him $35,000 to tell us this much.
That's okay. My Finance does 0% interest loan on stables as well.
Keep in mind, there is a lot of risk doing this.
Oh yeah.
If let's just say that you do the crypto loan, right, and because no one's going to really be able to time the crash. It's impossible. Everyone who says, "Oh, I know the crash is coming," yeah, no shit. Everyone knows the crash is coming. The question is it in 3 weeks, or is it in 3.5 months, or is it in 2 years? Who knows, right? We know that there's going to be a real estate crash, but the big problem is that if you get caught owing, let's say 400 grand on your crypto loan as the mortgage, and the house is now only worth 200, and you're able to then go and do the flip and the conversion, you're still screwed for 200 grand. So it's kind of the same concept, but the only difference here is that instead of you going and doing your more traditional flip slash rental investment, you're able to step in and do something where because of crypto and because of essentially being able to yield farm a house, you're able to pay it off in a handful of months by comparison.
Yep.
I'm finding information. I love YouTube. I think I'm halfway there, guys.
You get the whole way there. I expect a DM. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm changing my
I'm
name
gonna
back
start
so you know
charging
who the
for
hell I am.
I won't charge you the 35,000 consulting fee, but I mean, you can go to MyFinance, MAI.finance, which is a platform that does pretty much exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It will allow you to put money into a vault, and you can take a collateralized loan against whatever money that you're putting into the vault at a 0% interest. Now the CDR doesn't allow you to. I mean, you can definitely take it and borrow against it 93%, but your collateral to debt ratio would allow you to be partially liquidated, and partial liquidation is whenever it starts going in and eating into the utilization of that borrowing and lending platform.
And you got to come up with money real quick.
Yep, and it's the same kind of principle of an index universal life insurance, where you put money in and you have to continuously keep putting money in, and then you can borrow against it at 0% interest and 0 taxes, but you still have to make payments into that fund until you can take it and then pay back all of the loan that you took out of that asset. It's the same kind of concept.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Chris, I got an idea after this. I need to run it by you. Guys, this has been amazing. I feel intellectually stimulated, and that's always what I look for.
Do you go and do exchange arbitrage?
I used to do more of the arbitrage, but flash loan arbitrage was one of the things that I did early on.
Oh, you're ballsy as hell.
That's where the money is. You gotta put your balls on the table, man.
I mean, there's ways of doing it without having to do that. You can go make yourself a quick, 3 to 10 grand a day.
Really?
Sure.
How much?
You get 100 grand, 150, maybe 200.
But if you're borrowing someone else's money,
no, you don't have to borrow anything. It just takes you.
No.
You're going to be. It's not a job, but it's going to take you several hours, and it's not a guaranteed on a day to day. Like you can literally go to AVAX and go and let's just say that you take money and you figure out, okay, it's Trader Joe, it's at $1, and then you can see what the margin, the spread is between AVAX and other things, and just literally keep going back and forth, exchanging left and right, left and right, left and right. And I know people that do this on a day-to-day basis right now. They do it for hour, maybe 2 hours a day, pulls them in anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000.
If I put 50 grand, I'll just get half the amount of 100 grand, right? What if I did 50?
You could easily make $300 to $400, $500 a day. Keep in mind, the big thing here is that
dollars a day.
Well, I'm assuming that. So keep in mind, the bigger the number, the more likely you are to have bigger wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you did 15 to 20 trades a day, right? Let's just say that you're converting Bitcoin on one. You wrap Bitcoin to Bitcoin from I don't know, AVAX to Polygon. Okay. You're the spread, because maybe one of the exchanges is a little bit behind, is 0.92%. And so if you've got 100 grand in there, that turns into $1,000, right? Real quick. Versus if you've got 50 grand in there, that is $500 or 490. You get the point. And so the biggest problem there is that eventually you have to get your money out, which means you're going to lose 1 to 2%. So if you play big with big boy numbers, the odds are that you're going to be able to go and win bigger every single day. I watched a guy do it live with, he started with $30,000, and 2.5 hours later, he was sitting at 34,000. So,
I mean,
$4,000
on
2 hours.
30, that sounds.
But
because off
he's
100K
insane.
I day traded. I mean, but anyway, I just love it. I love all the knowledge. It sounds very interesting.
The flash loan arbitrage process, though, it is risky. Like,
But you can make so much money.
so much money, but you don't necessarily need an insane amount of liquidity to begin that process, which is what like I was like, oh yeah, let's go in there. But as time progresses, more people start saturating that same market. And you've got automatic market makers that are popping up all over the place that are kind of diluting that space. So in the same sense for those arbitrage positions, it's easier to set up a liquidity mining where you leverage multiple pools, almost like a balancer yourself, to then say, hey, we've got a lot of money locked up into these particular vaults that we're using to allow those arbitrage positions through the market maker that you've created.
Yeah, I know somebody who does a fair amount of liquidity pool
Hey,
farming where he'll get in and
the
out.
middle of the night.
Oh yeah, isn't that the worst? You're sitting there and it's like, let's just say it's 2 a.m. You finally got tired. The second your head hits the pillow, you're sitting there and you're like, shit. Because immediately you think of some great idea, and then you're like, you have to get back up, go back over to your computer, or you just roll the dice that you might remember it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little bit disconnected.
There's no you're never going to find tutorials about this kind of stuff, Barry. This is the kind of stuff that you just happen to hear in voice chats like this, and somebody's like sharing something that they found. Because this is like, it's the equivalent of sharing lottery ticket that you know are
so tutorial on how to do flash loan arbitrage.
I think that's what he's looking for. Yeah.
I know some.
You know some, or are you gonna share it?
I mean, I know some. But
do you wanna share?
I totally can. If you go on,
we're all about sharing, man.
If you go to bring up your little interwebs and go to Google.
Oh, here we go.
And you type in "eat the blocks" YouTube. Eat the blocks YouTube. You can take a look at his
blocks. Okay, because I was gonna say your mic did not cut out at the right time there. I heard 8 blocks YouTube, and I was like,
eat
the blocks. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, eat the blocks. His name is Julian, and he's a blockchain developer.
Oh, I know this guy.
Sucky. I saw that.
You know that guy?
I've seen his videos before.
He walks people through the flash loan arbitrage in a really nice way that helps explain how the process works and how you can jump through multiple exchanges all with the same smart contract.
Yeah, seen his face. Don't like his face.
Hey. Yeah.
Well, Barry, if you want to learn, you're gonna have to look at his face.
Very knowledgeable guy, though. Like the information they provide about Solidity smart contracts using the flash loan process and a few other things.
What's the percentages that you can usually pull from something like that?
I mean, again, it comes down to what assets you're looking for.
Give me high and low end. Like what? Give me. I'm a degenerate. I'm risking everything, and I'm the passive investor that's just trying to make a decent yield.
So for one contract,
sure.
Anywhere from 2.5% to up to 15%, depending on
how ballsy you're willing to go.
Yeah. But and that's not covering any potential gas fees if you're going through like Uniswap. But that's the thing, you have to cover the gas fees in order to be able to process the transaction. But if you're moving that kind of big liquidity around, over under, pay the gas fee even if it costs you $600, $1,200 during times of congestion on the network. But if you come out and you pay that $1,200, kind of like your friend who was paying $30,000, $40,000 to make $300,000, it's the same kind of basic principle of leverage.
Oh, I think I'm gonna short ETH to 2,800.
Is ETH going down right now?
Yeah, on the H4. leverage traded down like just a little bit.
Let's pull up in my weird Bitcoin chart that's never been wrong.
I mean, that's
I don't
all
know.
I really
So
need
it's
is
been
just a little
wrong.
bit.
It's very like a buddy of mine is a how do I put this? We will say that he turned $5 million into about $500 million, and I don't know how, and he won't tell me. And a couple people in here know who I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah. So we were at a event in Miami a couple weeks back, and I convinced him to give me his chart. And I really don't know how to read this chart that well, but I have been sworn to secrecy to never show it. But he said, "Here's the only thing you need to know." He said, if this is going up, it's going up. If this is going down, it's going down. He says it's got about 75 to 80% accuracy. Right now, it says that we're flatlining. So I don't know what that means.
It means that. Are you talking about on ETH or BTC?
BTC. Well, keep in mind, BTC is going to affect whatever ETH does as well. So.
Oh no. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's very few times whenever they become divergent from each other and follow the trend. BTC generally has a 0.6985 correlation between the NAS 100, and so if you follow NAS 100 and understand the patterns that we're in within NAS 100, you can time it pretty much around the candle on the 5-minute candle where NAS starts to pump.
Yeah.
About 3 candles later on the 5-minute candle, you'll see BTC kind of respond in kind.
So here's a question for you. Obviously, one of the easiest ways in my mind for the last 7 months, 8 months, in terms of knowing whether or not to buy or sell crypto has been the Fed. And if there's a Fed meeting 2 to 3 days prior to it, you get a run. Like literally like clockwork, it has happened for the last year. And then the second that meeting is over, you start to see it dip, and it usually has a false dip, goes back up a little bit, and then you get a hard dip. And when I say hard dip, I don't mean like major, but I'm saying maybe you go from like 42 to 38 or something like that. And it has happened like clockwork. It happened in March. It happened in January. It happened in
September.
September. I don't think it happened in November, but I could be wrong about that.
It did at the end of November when everything started to dump.
Yeah, because November was a weird. The whole month decided to be a bull. So accept that. But it's just really interesting to watch that. And so part of me is like, in a few days, I'm going to be like, hey, let's go sell some ETH and then buy it back the next day.
or what we do is we'll short the NAS or pump the NAS, whichever one comes, take it, and as one's going down and the other one's going down as well, short it on the way down, take the profit, and roll it into something in dollar cost average into another asset, because knowing it's going to go up. I short ETH on the way down and pick up bags same way.
Yeah, I short ETH on the way down, then buy the dip with the profit, and then long it on the way up. It's like a quad dip. What do they call that? Quadruple dip?
They call it a cover call.
Oh.
Yeah, smart. Where do you do your shorts for crypto?
So there's a couple places. One of my favorites as of late is gains.trade.
Okay.
And that's BTC with very little spread. You can use it with DAI. That's their primary currency. They also allow you to trade Forex pairs on that platform for up to 100x 1,000x leverage.
Interesting. Wow. 1,000x leverage.
It sounds crazy.
I mean,
it really,
they call me DGen Pirate in my server.
Well, if you guys want to, it's okay. So I'm really glad that the degenerate in me, Barry, also thought that it would be with a Z. No, it's with an S.
Okay,
How do you pay your taxes? What taxes?
What taxes?
It's not confirm or
Bold
deny
of you
this
to
information.
assume that anybody here pays his taxes.
I pay mine. I roll it into an LLC and I reinvest and I pay my fair share.
I paid more money in taxes this year than I care to comment on.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I used to not, but when I got into real estate and I was like getting the houses, I had no choice. I pay taxes because I don't have a choice because what I got into. I'm just gonna be honest.
I mean, here's the other reality, right? If you have the ability to move money and to do it in a way where you can, I don't want to say hide it, but you can postpone paying taxes, that is probably your best bet.
Called
Well, in
Because
deferred.
Florida, like I can take all
Deferred.
my profit, roll it into a property, and not have to pay taxes on it legally. I have
yeah,
ways.
are you guys in Florida?
I am, and he's
I'm
in Texas.
Where part of Florida?
I'm in Miami Beach, Collins, and
Damn
67th. Why you say damn it? Where
I'm
you
in
at?
Tampa. I was gonna be like, hey, can I
Tampa.
buy
Oh,
you some lunch?
you know what, man? One of my childhood best friends is in Tampa, and I gotta go see him soon, so I can kill two birds with one stone.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably see him in a few weeks.
No, I know it's been yeah, I'm because like I mean, well, Florida's awful for real estate right now, but it's great and terrible at the same time because everyone wants
Tell
to
me
move
about
here,
it.
but everything is so expensive. Like
I'm getting
I
outbidded, man. Like people are paying $100,000 above listing and like just burying me all the
dude,
time.
that is like we were just down in Miami for an event for Miami NFT week, and we
Right.
stayed at this stupid crazy mansion on the water. It was awesome, good time. And I looked at the Zillow because I was like, man, I got to know what's this cost because it's got like 193 feet of oceanfront. Well, I guess it's technically bayfront,
Well, like
but
let me
anyway,
guess. I'll guess 15 mil, 10 to 15 mil.
it was North Bay Village, just so you know, which probably helps. And then it was $13 million.
Yeah,
And
I'm
do you
pretty
want to
good
know what
with
it was
that.
listed at?
15.
No. What the actual like original listing was at when he listed it in
Oh, when he bought
December
it,
of
like
2021.
7, 7 to 8.
7 on the money. You got that. It was
Dude,
listed
yo,
for
you don't
7,
understand, bro.
and
I
there
do
was
this.
a $6 million bidding war, and I'm like,
I
that
know,
is
man.
obscene.
I know. I got all this cash, bro, from trading, and I just like it's just like
You can't even spend it.
I can't even spend it on.
This is
I
like,
mean,
what are you
on
going to
what I
justify,
want to
dude?
spend it on. I'm not going to spend it on car. I'm not going to go to the car lot and just buy a bunch of Lambos. Like I like to have the house keys. That's my flex. And
what do you like? What are you going to buy right now, though? Because if you go and you buy
dude,
something,
nothing,
the second
man.
that it crashes, you're negative a lot.
I know. I'm just kind of sitting tight and just waiting. So I don't know.
It's going to be really interesting to see if
From my trading
BlackRock
account to my Coinbase.
hard dumps or not.
Oof. I wonder what, so I can time it and find out like what
I was actually looking in Chris's area in Texas, man. Some parts in Texas seem to be a good deal.
It's hard to leave Miami, I can imagine.
No, not to live.
Oh,
No,
okay.
to get tenants and stuff. Yeah.
Cost of living is very reasonable here.
So much cheaper. Although your property taxes are awful.
Depends on where you live. If you're living in like Harris County, which I'm a little outside of Houston, yeah, property taxes are bad in Montgomery County as well. But
I know I've got a family friend that's in Houston. They're like, yeah, it's cheap to live here, but property taxes are about 3 times what they are in Florida. And I'm like, really?
yeah, but we don't. So there's other it's it's all a give and
balances
take.
out.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna pay more
It's still
in
cheaper.
one area. Yeah.
Florida just has too many damn people. Like, I'm not even. I wish I was kidding because I'm sure that. Like, do you ever leave Miami Beach?
Me, nope.
I think he might have got rugged.
Okay. Well, I can answer for him. The answer is probably no. It takes him like an hour to get off Miami Beach. Ha ha.
Yeah.
No.
Traffic.
Yeah. It takes an hour. Like it's like somebody was like, yeah, if you ever move to Miami, he's like, you move to one of two places. You move to Miami or you move to Miami Beach. You will live in one of two places. He's like, you'll never go to the other one. Took us like 26 minutes to get across a 1 mile long bridge.
No. That's why I lived on the north side of Houston for multiple years, and then I moved out kind of in the country, and I just work from home, so it really doesn't matter. I don't have to commute. Um, and I did that just so if I was leaving somewhere or moving somewhere, uh, getting out of the house, everything would be the same. It still takes me, 20 minutes to get to like a good part of civilization, but even when I was living in the city, it still took me about 20 minutes to get to any part that I needed to go because of traffic. I don't know, this has been super super interesting conversation. I love this group already.
That's good. You'll have
Bat spoke.
access for like 2, 3, 4 days, and then I remove all the power. And if you want more, you know what to do. Buy a mask.
Oh
But
my fucking
man,
god, yes.
I would buy a mask, but I'm anti-mask.
Hit reset Discord. Oopsies.
A mask? What? Oh, those face condoms. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all right, I guess.
Face
I'm just playing. Let's not get too crazy.
Yeah, no.
I
All
think
joke.
they restricted the masks here in for TSA and flights and all that. No,
There's
I
no more
don't-
mask mandate. Yeah, it went away.
yeah, it went away.
What's
I'm not mad at it.
what's floor price? Let's see,
What?
a mask?
For a mask?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
A syndicate
Guys,
mask.
why is my ape? Why is my ape worth so much?
0.35.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I
man,
just
that's not
came
bad.
home.
Yeah, 0.35.
Yo, XTZ,
Hmm?
are you going for the ape drop? Like for the other side drop?
I haven't decided yet. It's gonna be a tough call because it depends on what ape does. Because I don't know if you saw the Twitter post. I didn't save it, otherwise I'd link it. Somebody did the math, and as it currently stands, it would be with literally using the entire available liquidity on the market, like every single ape token. The most it could hit would be a 250 Dutch auction, 250 ape, if it were to sell out.
But
And that,
Dude, I
keep
love
in mind, a
ApeCoin,
lot of it's
man.
not for sale. That's why.
I love ApeCoin. I wish I bought.
I mean, I think that what we're going to see with Ape is it's probably going to do exactly what, like, I would say maybe like Sheeb or Dogecoin did. You're going to see it run, and it's going to run hard. But the second that it drops, you better bail. Like, you better be able to get out immediately.
I'm just trying to gauge where it's going to run to short term. I'm thinking $35.
I'd say 35. If I had Ape and I was at like 33, I'd be bailing. I'd pull the shoot.
yeah.
So
I'm not going to run that risk.
approximating.
Like, because here's the thing, right? Do you really want to be the dude holding that bag on the way down? Because it's going to go down. It'll hit like $4, maybe $5.
Then
I
I'm
already
buying
lost
that.
I already lost
like
more money than I
20?
can. Where?
250, right? So let's say it's like 70k supply for public sale, right?
Yeah.
So we do 250 times 70 is 17.5 million, right? What's the current supply? Because on coin market cap, it says the circulating supply is.
Keep in mind, circulating supply is not what is for sale.
Right.
I'm talking about what is currently available to be purchased.
What sits and
Those are
rests
two
within
very
exchange.
different things.
Yeah. What is in the coffers of your Coinbase, your Binance, like everywhere where it's available.
I don't know that it's even possible to know that.
You can check Coinbase has their treasury wallets. So does Binance. So you can.
No. So just so you understand what I'm saying, I mean, people that have their ape actively listed to be sold at some threshold, some price.
Oh, no.
Whatever they're
Yeah,
willing.
no.
I don't know
I
that
got
that's publicly available, because like, yeah, sure, if I had 500 ape and I wanted to go sell it right now, I could list it at, I'll be like, okay, let's just do I'll put in a sell order for $30. If it hits it, cool, I make my money. If it doesn't, oh well. The problem though is that there's a lot of people that it's sitting there and they may not sell. Maybe they wait for it to go further. Maybe they wait for it to go less. But there's not a whole lot of people that have mass amounts of ape offhand.
I posted the Twitter thread. I think it's one you're referring to with the math.
That might be it. Let me see. Yep, that's it. Somebody else went and dug in a little bit deeper and found out that it was 250-ish would be the Dutch auction max to be able to mint out at current volume, and then he went and added that to his. Because like the thing that you have to wonder is, are we going to see Moonbird 2.0 in terms of institutional money coming in? I don't know that we are. With that said, I'll probably still mint one of these things.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, okay,
The real question is going to be, what's the secondary at, and then is it profitable? Because I'm not minting and losing. Like, I'm not going to run the risk that it might be worth more later on. I'm KYC'd. I don't know what the maximum. How many can you mint if you're KYC'd?
We're waiting.
Oh, I thought it was leaked.
It was. I think that it was like 45 and 20% per
I think
transaction.
Was it 40? I'm pretty sure it's 45 if you own an ape, I believe.
Yeah, and
I think it was less if you
then
don't.
it was maybe then it was maybe like 45 and 20 per transaction if you don't own an ape.
Okay.
But it's like, I don't know if that's for sure, right?
Yeah, that leak
like
was.
the thing
they
is,
found the contract
right?
on the
Yeah.
testnet.
Like, I just got home. Like, fuck, man, I'm like up an eve.
On ape?
Yes.
Nice.
And yesterday I told you I'm not buying. It's gonna.
Dude, I 4 days ago I could have bought at like, I think it was at like 14. Now I'm kind of like, fuck.
Yeah.
But
That's insane.
this is also the same problem I had with Jewel. Although I made the mistake of thinking that, let's convert into Crystal. Yeah, I should have cashed out.
Oh.
I was up 100 grand. Oh, I want to throw up.
that token, Jewel, is the only thing holding up the Harmony One blockchain. It's just
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's going to bounce back. I'm not really worried about it. I just don't know that it's ever going to go back up to what it was. I think we'll see Jewel potentially hit 15, and I think maybe we'll see Crystal get to 30. I don't think we'll ever see it go back up to 45, 46. So
Yeah.
I'm losing money no matter what. But
I mean, that's the problem with these play to earn games. Like they're really manipulated, of course, like everything is, but highly manipulated. And you get somebody that just goes, you know what, I'm going to automate this thing, and they just automate pressing that button or doing repetitive actions.
well, there's things that I know about that particular platform that I can't really reveal. But in terms of manipulated,
Like
let's just put it this way: if you think that if you made money on that, congratulations. But you were intentionally allowed to make money on that so that somebody doesn't go to jail.
right. It's like the carnival games. You know, you go to the carnival, like ring toss, come on.
Eventually, somebody wins.
Right.
You just happen to be you had the nice smile. That's what it was.
Yeah. No, man. I before, like during COVID, one of the things that I did to pass time early on is just statistical analysis on the best betting strategies that you could make in the casino. And I found really good odds in two different strategies. And we can have long conversations on those if someone disagrees. But it was between craps betting on the 6 and 8, and blackjack, counting cards,
Mm-hmm.
playing augmented with basic strategy, and counting cards won out.
I'm assuming this isn't including a roulette table.
No, roulette is like not even. I'll tell you this. Roulette
Oh,
itself,
compared to counting cards, sure.
yeah, like roulette is a thief compared to counting cards at the blackjack table.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I'll agree with that all day long. I mainly meant to compare to your 6 and 8.
Oh, 6 and 8. Oh, let me tell you.
Statistically speaking, you would if we're talking over tens of thousands of quote unquote transactions, I guess is what we're going to call this. Roulette would catch up.
Yeah, but like if you're doing like martingale, right, and you're spinning it, and oh, I lost, double up. All right, double that. All right, double that. Like, yeah, eventually you're gonna hit a big pot, but the chances of you making a big pot or going broke is usually more statistically likely if you're playing that particular strategy. But if you're playing the 6 and 8, and let's say that you're the roller, or around the table it goes around 75 rolls out of a 50 betting strategy, 50 different models, 75 of those rolls, like 50, there's like maybe 42 of them were profitable, more money than you walked in with. Some barely, and then some of those massive because of the amount of quick returns that you can make in just a few rolls and pressing it, right? But time over time, the statistical likelihood of you making out and counting cards it's roughly around the same number, like 75, 77. You can get through around 77 hands in a 6-deck shoe. But yeah, you win out well more than you lose in blackjack.
I've actually read studies on the craps back when I was in college. My statistics professor did a deep dive. Basically, when you play the 6 and the 8, it's the only bet in the casino where you're actually getting the veg and not the house, and you can actually turn the odds in your favor playing the 6 and the 8 and putting money behind them.
Oh yeah, press it. So you stack it 3 times, take it after that. Never more than 3.
It's the only bet a human being can be the house against the house. But in reality, when people go play any game, whether it be craps or something else, they're going to make human error to make it so that they're not profitable on the long term, right? They're going to bet more, change their bets. They're going to just have a bad luck with throwing the dice and things like that.
Yeah, that's why I gravitated to blackjack, because with that you play basic strategy, which is statistically likely 50.5%. That's your 5% over 0.5% over the house. When you augment playing with counting cards, it's arguably around 6 to 8% in your favor, especially if you're dominating a table. If you're able to control the odds and tip it into the favor of the house busting, because you're all playing that same particular strategy, it's pretty lucrative.
Rain Man.
If any, yeah, right. If anybody's in Vegas, I'll definitely come out and show you how it's done.
I would love to. I'd play craps with anybody. I mean, ever since I learned that, I have never played craps any other way. I've been playing that way for a long time now, and it's so much fun when you get a good shooter and they're just, they're not crapping out. All you gotta do is play the 6 and the 8, and you're doing so great, and you don't play the bells and the whistles. It's just a fun ride.
Yeah, don't play the side bets on blackjack either.
Oh God, no. Those side bets, it's basically like taking blackjack and making it let it ride or Caribbean stud, or like, here's a real terrible bet. You want to make it? Sure, it's only $1. I'll just do that 50 times in a row.
Yeah, keep going. Nice. That's the slow rug, though. That's that plush rug.
Rug everywhere.
Dragging.
We like our rug slow and comfortable.
Yeah, you betcha.
Damn, already 1 hour and a half, guys.
Oh man, I didn't even notice. We were having such fun.
Yeah.
when you guys were talking about ape, I wanted to ask you, at what price level does ape go that you just say, screw it, I'm just selling my ape and taking the profit and walking away from the mint?
Wait, what price from here, you mean?
Yeah, like people have been accumulating at 14, 15, now in the 20s, right?
I would sell like 30s. I think that's going to be a psychological point. I think it's going to fly to the 20s, and I'll probably sell at 33, 34 and shoot myself when I see it at 40, but be happy I took it at 33, 34.
And not mint the land with it.
Are we talking about ape?
Yeah. Like, XTZ, especially you, because you thinking of doing it. At what price does your ape go up so much that you say, I'm not minting with this, I'm selling it and walking away a winner?
No, he's gonna mint one.
Your ape? I'm not gonna mint an ape. But I can say, if I owned an ape at this point, I probably just wouldn't sell it. I'd probably wait a while.
The ape coin,
ape coin
that you're buying in anticipation of the mint, right, on the 30th?
If I buy it, it will be on the 30th, and it'll probably be after the initial dip if there happen to be leftover land.
Okay, so you're not front loading it here.
Hell no. Look, I'm game for a quick flip, but I like to stack the odds, right? I want it to not be a sure thing, but I definitely want to go and like put this in my favor would be the best way to put it. And so it's like, if to me, this is just actual gambling. This is, there is very little guarantee that it will work in either direction. So I don't know. It's tricky. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to, like, if the floor for land, if I see this floor on secondary starts off at like 15, yeah, I'm gonna go buy that ape coin real quick. With that said, I don't think it will. I think that we're gonna see a floor of like 2 to 3, and I think it's gonna go negative for a while, and it might recover. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, I'm just asking that because I've been accumulating. I've been doing 100 ape every day, DCAing this week, just so prices move. I don't get screwed one way or the other. And I'm just thinking to myself, looking at it earlier, it was like 26. I'm like, Jesus, what level does this get to? And I say, why mint? Because I've got a double off my coin. I can walk away with a double.
I'd want to be up at least 50% after fees. Otherwise, you're risking a lot of money for not a lot of reward. I will say though, it's one of those things where how many people in here have their number? How many in here have like an actual profit-taking number?
It depends on the asset, but and the overall forecast, but typically.
Okay, well that's the more professional answer. Let's just say this on a more simple scale: if Bitcoin go up, what's your number? You know what I mean? Like, or Bitcoin's probably not a good example, but if you're in a coin that's up, like, is it 50% for, let's just say, your run-of-the-mill altcoin, which is essentially what ape is? Is it 25%? Is it 100%? Do you want a 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x? Like, at what point do you take your principal out and you just play with house?
I mean, usually it's 100%. So if I double it, I'm grabbing, and that's my. I'm out, taking it, leave Moonbag. And that's depending on technicals. So on technicals, if technicals tell me something different, it's kind of like, I refer everything back to counting cards because it's the same kind of principle. It's, okay, the count just changed. Okay, the count just changed, and now I look and I examine the variables. Number go up even more, keep it going. Skim off the top, 20%. Let it go up more, take another 20%. Let it go up more, take another 20%. And just keep doing that as it goes. So I'm just swiping off the top until I recover principal, and then just Moonbag and let it go. And if the numbers show it's going to continue to go up, usually if I see the point on fib scale and fib retracement patterns, then it hits those key resistance levels, and I'm dumping.
So we have one person out of this whole group. Nobody else has a number?
I go by feel.
That's a terrible way to do it.
In
If
the
I'm being
sense
straight
that
up honest with you, you have to have a number. Otherwise, you're playing with your emotions.
I'm going by feel, and let me explain what I mean. I have experience as a trader on both myself personal and institutional level.
Okay.
I'll ride something as long as it keeps going, but when the momentum fades, I usually take my profits and get out. So with Ape, I think the first time I bought it was at $9. I was planning, my goal was to get a good double up from it. But it started sputtering around 14 and a half, and I didn't like the action, and so I got out.
Yeah. So that's a good answer. I guess the big thing that I mostly am getting at is that everyone, if you don't have a number and you don't follow that number, whew,
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
you an
You're gonna
idiot.
get wrecked.
Calling you right now, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You need
Like,
a plan.
dude, I put 45 in a jewel, and it went up to 130. It's currently worth like 15. But I also broke my rule because I was trusting one person, and it will probably still pay off, but it was also one of those moments where I was like, all right, we're gonna, we're gonna put my faith in an individual, not in a chart. And I'm not really worried about it, but I broke my rule and I paid the price. I should have just taken out what I put in. That way, playing with house money.
The psychologically taking out your investment's always great, and I 100% agree that you should have a plan, but I don't know if you should have a number. I think I'm a big fan of scaling in
A number is a
and
plan,
out.
by the way. Just to understand, that's what I mean when I say that.
Yeah,
Most people actually have a number. Most people are like, oh, if I make at least 50%, I'm out. Okay, that's fine. You just have to have something.
Yeah, I DCA in and DCA out. I'm laddering on anything. Even when I'm betting in a casino, right? I don't go all in. I don't go all out. When I'm playing stocks, it's the same way. I don't want to say I'm going to nail a top or I'm going to nail a bottom. I never can. So with that in mind, it's always little levels out. So I have numbers where like, okay, it's up, so I'm going to take 20% off the top. Or it goes up again, I'm going to do whatever. But it also depends on the size of the investment. So if I only put 500 in Ape the first time and it doubles, it's like I'm taking it all out or whatever. I'm not going to take 10% out, right?
Yeah.
And go buy McDonald's. But if I have a $30,000 investment in something, like maybe Apple stock or something, and if that thing went up 50%, well, then I'm probably going to take 25% right there. Don't buy Apple now, though.
If anyone buys any stocks right now, you're an idiot.
I wouldn't actually buy. I'm just gonna trade futures.
You can short the shit out of them. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But like, don't buy anything right now. Oh man, it's about to be up. It's about to be a 2019 bloodbath at some point. It will go.
It's gonna be a 2008 bloodbath soon.
Oh no! You misunderstand. I'm saying that what we're gonna see is a false. So if you go and you listen to some of these traders that they're scary good, like almost like insider trading good. It's really interesting to hear because a lot of people are saying we're gonna see like a 20-25% drop, and it's all artificial. And then we're gonna see that it's gonna crash hard, and then it's going to skyrocket, and you're gonna see the biggest run you've ever seen in the history of everything. And then it's literally going to drop like 80%.
Oh yeah, and
I'm like, that actually sounds about right.
It's exactly what happened right before 2008.
Yep. But the biggest difference between now and 2008 is that we know it's going to happen, so you can artificially cause a run because you can do essentially a false bottom the same way that you would do a false top. And in this case, if you put enough money in the market, you can force it to go up.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the I call it the churn in the water, right? The chum, I should say. It's boom, throw it in there, let the sharks go nuts, attract the big fish, the whales come in, swallow it all up, and dip it down. It's like clockwork. It happens. Toss some scraps out there to let the sharks, which are the retail investors, come in.
Yep.
And pump, and then everybody that says, "Oh my God, bull run," they hurry up, dump their money in, go for the longs, and then all of a sudden everybody's over leveraged, and that wick comes down
hard,
and always hits
hard.
It always hits it. It always licks up all of that and says, "Thank you, thanks for pumping my bags," and on back they
How
go.
the rich get richer.
Yeah. hey,
The only difference now is we can be part of that.
I either want less corruption or more opportunities to participate. They say.
That chum's
Well,
a great visual. The chum and the whales and the sharks. That's all good
It
stuff.
really just depends on at what point of your life you're in. So if you have money, you're like, look, I'm going to be fundamentally against this next time. You're like, next time I'm for the little guy, but I would like one turn, please.